Hello ladies and gentlemen, what's up? It's Papa Bale and welcome to the channel. So all the readings that I'm taking over on this side are from this coil right here. This is the end game right here, and we're getting 18.9 volts of EMF energy from this bottom coil right here, which is being powered by this battery. This is a 12 volt battery. So we're getting 18.9 volt, 19 volts off of 12 volts with the frequency that's being generated by this motor over here. We're getting an output that is charging this battery, and it's at 12.96, so it's charging nicely. This side coil over here is generating the frequency for this solid state generator. So it is they're literally synced because one needs the other one to work. We're doing 12 volts into this coil, into this SSG. It's running very smoothly currently. And then on the other side, we're doing a 1, 2, 3. Nice. Almost 20 volts. We're doing a 1, 2, 3 over here with the 18 gauge and the 20 gauge of the coil in series, and then the trigger strand hooked up to this right here. This is it. 1, 2, 3. Not on a breadboard. Pretty nice. It's smooth. Excuse me. It's very smooth. They're working well together. Yeah, I want to show you this because it's a trifilar coil over here. It's 24, 32, and 32. I got a 32 gauge strand hooked up to this, I don't know what to call it, converter. Hooked up to this transformer, and then that's hooked up to the multimeter, this blue one right here. So for that one strand, we're getting 76 DC volts off the transformer. And that's awesome. Only, it's frothy. It's not real power. It's just good voltage. I bet if we're using raw power though, like one of my homemade switches, it would work just fine. But the transistors don't like it. Yeah, that humming's coming from over here. It's kind of hard to tell though. But all right, let me turn this off. Because the battery is getting high, 12.97. That'll drop down, but that's decent. 0.5. Wait a minute, 5. It's going way down. DC volts. All right, so the cap bank over there is bleeding out. That's what's happening. Now the frequency is still going because this side of the motor, this coil over here is still on. So we got like 20 volts. So this is what happens when it gets really slow and the frequency drops. it gets like a jackhammer. So yeah, I just wanted to like show you the new data that we're getting from the trifilar, running it through the cap bank over here, and then running that through the transformer. It's DC to DC buck converter. I don't know exactly what it is, but that little voltage sign right there says to me that that little block right there is a transformer. Heck yeah. So this is cool. I think I'm going to switch up the coils and run the pot and get a little bit more power than this one. It is a smooth, it runs very smooth though. If I ran it alone, but I mean having these two devices on the one strand, even though it's like not like hooked up to anything, is kind of a load. But as soon as you hook this up to something, it totally changes, and there's a load on the wheel, and so there's going to have to be some manipulation of the current or something like that. Going to have to happen if we're going to use it. But yeah, it works. That little green light goes on, and it works. It just works under the value of running it on a battery, which also has capacitance, which I'm not sure. I mean, it should filter out as amps per se because you're going through like 20 capacitors, or voltage that is convertible to amps, or whatever the capacitors are doing. It feels to me like it should come out of the end of that usable. And it does, pretty much. I mean, you saw the reading. I'm getting like 75 DC volts off of the transformer. But I don't think it can run well, I don't know, actually. See, what I could do is hook these two ends to the end of that. I think I've done that already, though. That's the thing. I think I've already done that. And it doesn't really work. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really remember. Give it a shot. And the battery's kind of staying up there at 12.94, so that's good charging right there. Very cool. All right, so yeah, I'm going to switch those cables. I'll be right back. All right, so now I have this apparatus in and out, hooked up to the in and out of the transformer. So we're going to let that go real quick. We're going to turn it on. Something's clicking. All right, there we got a reading. It's AC voltage though. See, 2.3 volts of AC. And it's hard to tell if this is on, even. Oh yeah, that clicking's coming from the thing right here, so something is happening. Because that's how it sounds when it works. It does a clicking. But it's not showing up on the meter. Oh, let's see what the coil's yielding right now. This is with a dual 12 volts in. Yeah, not much. That's what I thought. It's like it's not getting through, or it's just not good electricity. Something like that. But, you know, half a volt of AC is a minimal reading. It's considering it's totally free. That's a win, I guess. It's not really a win, but I mean it's it's totally free for what I'm doing. And where it's coming from is free. It's coming from an extra strand that is totally isolated from the system. It's enough to run this, which is like 9 volts. Oh man, I wonder if I like clip these two ends to this end, because this is a DC to DC. I'm wondering why the probes that are clipped to the end of this thing are reading AC electricity. Weird. I wonder what, I don't know, man. It feels wrong. Like maybe I hooked something up wrong, but I don't think so. All right, let's change the probes over here to the main coil. Let's check the coil. Yeah, for what we're putting into it, looks like. Let's check and see if there's anything else here. Yeah, there's our hertz. About 135, 50% duty cycle. Yeah, and then very, very few millivolts, like 700 millivolts. Something feels wrong. I swear something feels wrong about that. But, you know, maybe it isn't wrong because it's coming off a small strand. And this may be like the amps taken out or something. I don't know. Like, this is not what this 2.9 AC volts. Or 75 DC volts. And then I'm plugging it into something that runs on DC. It should use the DC voltage, right? So I'm going to turn this off. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a wild ride. But I think the best results are coming from running on the battery or the power supply straight to the bottom coil there. It's got to be like 12-volt power supply. It can't be the SSG running it. Although the SSG will run another pulse motor, especially the SSG running it on my homemade switch. We'll run it every time. But yeah, that was awesome though. I mean, to get that energy off of the trifilar here, enough to turn the green light on this was freaking awesome. But yeah, there's one more thing I want to try and do that for another video, and that's clipping the ends to the end of this instead of putting it through there. I was just trying to get extra voltage. All right, so thank you very much. Peace out. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.